How it all started for me is I was working on a video project for the city of Sacramento. There was a lost neighborhood. That lost neighborhood was called Japantown. It was wiped out in the early 50s, and there's only a handful of businesses left. The Nisei barbershop is one of them, and I have yet to learn how their history started. I was able to befriend a really great brother by the name of Corey, who is steadfast in his culture and is basically one of the only business left that is still working in the area. Hey Corey, I'm ready to sit down in the barber chair and talk shop. I want to hear your story.
You're gonna give me a slap. And 3, 2, 1, clap your hands.
My name is Corey Umezu. I'm the owner of Nisei Barbershop. Well, I've been here since 2005. I took over the barbershop in 2007. My grandpa started the barbershop in 1952. We called him Grandpa Jack. His name is Yasuo Umezu. My grandfather was a Nisei. So Nisei is second generation. So their parents came from Japan and they're born in the United States. So the name of the barbershop is Nisei Barbershop. We are in what once was Sacramento, Japantown. I'm the last surviving business of Japantown. I am the only one left. That's my claim to fame. It was a thriving Japantown. You know, it was like the 4th largest Japantown in America. And so there was restaurants, there were hotels, there were pharmacies, there were fish markets, multiple barbershops. Lincoln Elementary, they say, oh, they have plaques that talk about Lincoln, but it's not celebrated. I didn't know about that till after my 20s, till I was an adult. Everything got demolished and redeveloped under eminent domain. And so what once was a thriving community, Japantown, the 4th largest in America, somewhere in the 50s, you know, the city had other ideas of what they wanted for this neighborhood. They just completely just pushed everyone out. Because I didn't know that growing up. I didn't know this was a lost neighborhood. The only thing we have is that monument, but no one goes down there to really like look at it and read it, you know? It's just like, I feel like if more people knew about Japantown, I feel that we could celebrate Japantown and bring it to light and have people come down here. It just really tripped me out that I haven't taken my kids over there and explained some of these things to them. The kids see it, they know it's there, they function down, they're here all the time, so they're playing around it at a young age. It's like this realization. It made me really stop to think. And I'm like, damn, I've never sat here and really painted a linear picture for my kids and highlighted this, you know, and it just made me think, and I'm like, damn, like even I'm guilty of that too. I haven't told them about that, you know. People weren't telling me that. My dad wasn't telling me that for whatever reason. That's very stoic and Japanese. And so parents would not necessarily share that with their kids, like, oh, we're being imprisoned. So I can only imagine after being released from internment, or even for someone like my grandfather who got out of being enlisted and being part of the US military, how difficult that was to assimilate back into society. And so that being difficult enough, then your whole community is just uprooted. I can't imagine that. And so that information feels like it's lost, but it's still out there, and it's up to us to piece it together. And I know it's my responsibility to teach that to my kids.
Hi, I'm here at the Manzanar War Relocation Center, right off the US 395 highway in California. Some of you may know about this history. Some of you may know about this particular site. If you guys know about Manzanar internment camps, you're gonna see the trauma that has happened, and that's why I'm here. You're gonna understand the history and how life was for Japanese Americans and being segregated from the regular American population. So follow me as I take you on a journey back in time to learn how these Japanese Americans lived through this trauma. So stay tuned as we actually go through a journey of learning. I'm standing at the basketball courts and it's hot as hell. There's sand blowing. How could you even want to even live with being out here in the desert? But they were stoic, they sucked it up, and they dealt with it. I relate to this story because these atrocities have happened to my people. The Japanese people actually were taken and brought here. And I don't think anyone should go through that, especially on American soil. As a Black person, Asian, whatever race, I think we should all be able to live together. And we don't want this history to be repeated, let alone happen to anyone.
Just going back to internment, that was one of the major controversies. A lot of those people were Nisei. They were American born, you know, and so you're taking these American born citizens and putting them in internment and saying, hey, you're a threat to our country. A customer just shared with me the other day, they said, you know, they told the Japanese people that were put in internment, we're protecting you, but he said they had these gun towers and they had like, the guns were pointed towards the Japanese people. And he said, if you're protecting us, why are the guns pointed at us instead of outward, you know, so.
Now, if you could have the opportunity, what would you do to create this corner place here from being bulldozed down, if you had the?
Well, a lot of barbershops or other businesses, for that matter, have surrounding businesses around them, or they're a destination, or they're a redevelopment or being repurposed. I'm just down here sandwiched between a bunch of state buildings and apartments, and so I'm an island in that regard as well. But there's redevelopment everywhere, and it just feels like it's a matter of time before, you know, everyone has their price or things happen, life changes, and I just feel like it's inevitable. The benefit that I have of being a barber and having the barbershop is the people that come through the doors. And my kids are always here. And so they know all my customers, they're friends with them. And so I feel like if it closed up tomorrow, their takeaway would be that.